Hey everybody, I'm Alex Hillman from Hunters Entertainment here with Game Trade Media, and today we're going to be playing a little Kids on Bikes on the live stream for you. We're going to be picking up the scenario that we started last time on building character, where we got a couple characters made for Kids on Bikes and did a little world building, but we're going to also be joined today by a few additional characters. So why don't we go ahead and get everybody introduced here. We'll start off over here.
Where am I? Hi, there's usually a red light. Hi, my name is Kurt Pearson for Great Hall Studios. I'll be playing Chester McNutty, the 9-year-old funny sidekick.
Hello, my name is Logician Tim from Misfits of Tabletop. I'll be playing Elijah Sinclair, the popular kid. He's 11 years old. Pretty awesome.
Rick here with Game Trade Media. I am playing Edgar Sinclair, a 14-year-old scout who is the leader of the bunch. That's right. We've already agreed to that, right? No? Okay.
Grudgingly.
Like a Boy Scout?
Kind of insert yourself in there. It's all right.
Exactly. I'm Dave Taylor from Game Trade Media, and I'll be playing Bartholomew A. Jensen, who's a 10-year-old mathlete. Brilliant mathlete.
Ooh.
Brilliant, man.
Straight up brilliant.
Brilliant.
So that's going to be our cast of characters for today. Now, just so that everybody knows, if you happen to miss the last stream or anything like that, we're actually going to be doing the game in Clare, Michigan in 1983. Now, this is a fictional version of Clare, Michigan, so we've taken some liberties here and there. And to just remind everybody about what's been going on in town so far, Dow Chemical has recently been doing some interesting work in the area, and folks have been noticing some strange things since they moved into town. Now, along with that, we've also got a rumor that has been circulating around the area about a strange bald bear that has been spotted in the woods by some of the local townsfolk. Now,
The bald-headed bear of Clare County?
Clare
the
County.
bald-headed bear of Clare County.
There's a song about that, I think. There should be.
There should be. So that's essentially what we had with the world building from our last scenario here. Now, with that, we'd like to go ahead and actually have our two new players be able to inject a little bit into the world for us.
Yep.
So we're going to have each of you come up with a rumor that is actually going around town right now. Has anyone got one right off the top of their head?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm really excited that the next Math Olympics, which is going to be held in Clare, is actually going to be sponsored by Dow Chemicals.
Oh.
Yeah, it's real. I think it's fantastic that they're getting involved in the community and particularly in promoting sort of academic achievement.
Okay, so you're actually kind of pro Dow at this point.
Oh, I think it's
Who
fantastic
isn't?
that they're doing this. Yeah.
Wasn't my father?
Well, your father is believed to possibly be a Dow secret agent.
That's
That is a thing.
That's true, it is.
And we got another rumor that might be going on.
One of the higher ups at Dow Chemical has actually no experience in the chemical industry, and before, like right before they moved into this town, they were seen like going around and singing very poorly at fairs and like county festivals.
Okay, interesting. So we kind of got a failed musician who seems to be put into a place of
Yes.
power that they
Yes.
shouldn't have been. All right.
They might know more about the Bear of Clare County song than
They might.
than they let on.
There
Shaved
could
top
be
of his head,
something
right?
going on here. We'll have to find out tonight. So what we're going to do at this point for the new characters that we have, as well as for anybody who may have missed the last stream or is just needing a refresher, we're going to introduce all the characters in a little more detail than just the name here. So we'll kind of come
Cool.
over to you again.
All right, so again, Chester McNutty. I like to be called Chet. I don't like it when I'm called Chester. It's like I'm being, disciplined. Don't care for it. Not a fan. I'm 9. I don't like enclosed spaces. Not a fan. My motivation, restore my family name and honor. My father is not a spy. He just works there.
And he's doing great things.
You're a Boy
Particularly at the
Scout.
school,
It's
he's doing
ridiculous.
wonderful things.
Strengths, I'm loyal, I'm quick healing, and I'm wealthy because we work for a company that gives to their employees.
And to the school. It's fantastic.
And to the
I love
school.
it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
One bad thing they've done. Anyway. Flaws, I'm a little neurotic and a little restless. So that'll be fun. So yeah,
Not even a stretch of role play going on over here.
that's accurate.
Playing to form.
All right, I'm going to go ahead.
Yep.
My character's name is Elijah Sinclair. Some people try to call him Eli, but no, it's Elijah. He's 11 years old. His biggest fear is being embarrassed in front of his peers. Like, don't call him out in front of his peers. His strengths are that he's very lucky, quick healing, and cool under pressure. Flaws are very prim and self-centered. So there you go. That is Elijah. the
Wow.
Pauper Kid.
Just like a younger brother.
Just like
What does
a
quick
young
healing mean exactly?
So
like if I
quick
get
healing,
sick,
yeah.
I
So
recover
injuries
fast?
in this game are a little esoteric,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be fair. But basically, it means that because kids have the tendency to bounce back from
Sure.
just about
Okay.
anything, and so that's really what it represents.
Gotcha.
is-
That makes sense.
So I am Edgar Sinclair, a 14-year-old scout who has a fear of squirrels. Oddly,
the school mascot.
is a squirrel.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the worst.
The fighting squirrels.
Yep.
That's
The
just
fighting
got to be
squirrels.
nightmarish.
Yeah, night terrors every night.
Doing those backflips.
My motivation is I want to keep the city safe and keep Dow Chemical out. My strengths are I'm
But not
also
their
cool
money.
under pressure, just like my brother, and lucky, but I'm very rebellious. Where he is prim and proper, I am slovenly and superstitious.
So you would be kicked out of the Boy Scouts so fast and make your head
It's
spin.
like, I'm just constantly like tucking my shirt in. So I was like, we'll get to this.
Wipe your
You
nose in the yellow
remember your
sash.
mom buys your clothes 2 sizes too big.
I'll grow into them.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you work for Dow Chemicals, you had clothes that fit.
It's true.
I'm saying. I'm just saying.
My dad's richer than your dad.
Cool. Excellent. And Bartholomew A. Jensen is 10, as I mentioned before. And my fear is letting my friends down. I don't want to do that.
Do you have a middle initial?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's just an initial.
So good.
It's like Chester A. Arthur.
I love
It's
it.
just the
played.
initial. It's not the
They announced that during Mathletes.
Bartholomew A. Jensen from Clare County Elementary School. Exactly. And of course, my motivation, of course, is being seen as the smartest, because clearly I am.
Clearly.
Clearly. Does anybody?
boy.
I hope
No.
somebody has a better brain stat than him.
It's pretty funny, actually. It's a little bit terrible because I haven't read further down my sheet until like a second ago, and I was like, "Ooh,
What is your brain
I
stat?
might have to change this as soon as we get into a difficult
Oh, that's right.
situation."
All right.
And listed on here is description. I've written average height and weight.
Okay.
You can kind of blend in with the crowd for the most part. You're the unassuming kid.
Yeah, I think it's one where, it's probably better to do that
Distinguished.
a lot of times. Yeah, you don't want to stand out too much, except when you're at the top. I don't know. My strengths: I'm prepared, quick healing, and I'm also wealthy.
Oh.
Who wants a quarter?
Once a quarter.
Hey, that's
Here's a shiny quarter for you.
Does your
That-
family work for Dow also?
No.
How'd you get wealthy?
We just get that sweet Math Olympics
Yeah.
money.
Prize money.
Prize money.
The prize
makes
money.
sense.
Sorry, bring it in.
You,
There's only
you
so
are
far-
the breadwinner
it's
in
a
the
fantasy
home.
saying, but there's only so far it can stretch. All right, you get thrill it in.
Let's bring it back.
It's true. But I also wanted to mention that in my backpack, I'm carrying a scientific calculator, a roll of duct tape, and my favorite Choose Your Own Adventure book, which is Trouble on Planet Earth.
And we can actually touch on that. What do you got in your backpack?
So because I'm a scout, I always have my Rambo survival knife. With the compass on the end, I can open up. I can have the little chainsaw.
Oh, yeah.
thing.
And a real
Absolutely.
blade.
And a little yeah, real blade.
plastic.
My Boy Scout handbook and a trapper keeper.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
Okay.
That's handy stuff. I have a Walkman that I'm never without. I have a plastic comb with a little pointy end on it, and my skateboard.
And I'm assuming you're like every so often just kind of doing
Absolutely.
the slick back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All
He's
right.
so cool.
Gotta look
It
good.
is cool.
God, that's so cool.
Absolutely.
Such a cool kid.
I wear my Walkman kind of like with the headband turned down so it doesn't mess up my hair.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, around the back.
That's right.
And what has Chet got in his backpack down there?
So I've got a Casio calculator, name brand, a Coleco electronic football game, handheld. I don't want to come off as too rich and have the actual.
Look that one up,
version,
kids.
so
It's a
it's
classic.
the goods. It makes all the current stuff look like garbage. And a Star Wars Empire Strikes Back notebook.
Which
Nice.
might be of interest to you since you are carrying around the Empire Notebook. Return of the Jedi just went into theaters.
Wow.
We should totally go and see that.
We should go watch that.
There we go. There's the next 2 hours.
I assume I'm paying.
We're now going to pantomime for you, them watching the movie. All right, so the next thing that we're going to actually go ahead and do here, and this is actually going to be a quick admission on my part for those of you who have watched the past stream. I actually made a little bit of a flub during that. So when you guys were doing the relationship questions between one another, I realized I actually opened to the wrong appendix. You were actually answering questions related to power characters in relation to one another. So we're going to actually take a quick second and let everybody do just one question in relation to another character. It'll be your choice, and you'll also get to decide if it's something positive or negative that is between you and this character. So we'll start over here at the far end this time around. I'd like you to go ahead and first tell me which character you'd like to pre-establish some relationship stuff with here.
Oh, I don't know. Probably none of them. No, just kidding.
I want nothing to do
I'm probably in
with
the
any of
math
you.
too.
I'll go with Chet.
All right, so Chet, and now is this going to be a positive factor or a negative factor between you?
It's a coin flip.
Positive.
Positive? All right, give me a 1d20 roll.
Okay. 20, I guess.
20.
They're exploding. Yep, 20.
So what item did this character give you that you treasure?
My scientific calculator.
All right.
Yeah. I really appreciate that.
We can afford it.
That means something.
He's like,
You guys had a little bit of bonding over
Yeah,
that.
we're both really smart. We're probably in the higher classes.
And you both, I mean, you already rock out the calculator that you're rocking around, so.
It's a Casio.
Haha, and maybe yours is too if it was a gift.
Yep.
You're
It might be.
both the
It might
rich
be.
kids.
It might be last year's model.
I still got the hot freshness over here. All right, now for you.
well, because we are already established that we are siblings.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
so I'm not. Who cares?
Right.
I'm going to go with the mathlete.
The
as well.
mathlete, and is this
I
going to be
would too.
positive or negative?
I'm going to go with negative.
Negative. All right, give me a 1d20 roll.
All right. 17.
17. So why do you dislike this character when all the other characters seem to love them?
Well, the thing is,
And is everybody else okay with their characters actually being fond of his character? Because
Yes.
we don't want to impose things on you that you don't necessarily want.
I'm fine with being fine with it.
Okay.
well, one of my lowest stats is brains, and he always corrects me, and it's so unnerving. But he's always right,
I was gonna say,
which is even worse.
Find it a little pretentious, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not the
Maybe
smartest.
if you read a book.
Try picking up a book.
Not saying
A
just
comic
saying.
book, perfect.
I got this.
Let's start with
I
that.
got this.
Let's start with that. We'll work our way on to choose your own adventure.
And how about Elijah over here? Who would you like to establish some
It's
stuff with?
going to be definitely
Down with
Chester.
Chet, and is it positive or negative?
It is negative.
Negative.
makes
Go ahead and
sense.
roll 1d20.
1d20. I got a 19.
19. So what do you do to intentionally annoy this character?
Call him Chester.
I was just talking about how many friends that I have, how cool and good looking that I am. He may be smarter than I am, but I'm definitely the better looking, the most popular kid around, and that just gets underneath the skin.
Yep.
So you just kind of rub it on his
Yeah.
face all the time?
Yeah.
You ain't
Look
got
at all
no
my friends. Look at all my friends. You got like two
Hey,
people
rich
that
boy,
know.
wish you got hair like this.
Yeah. Look at my skateboard, my Walkman, all right?
Whenever we meet somebody else, it's like, hey, yeah, here are my friends, and Chet.
Yeah. Here's all my friends. Here's Chet.
Phenomenal.
Or Chester, because you wanted to
Yeah,
jab him.
Chester.
Oh, yes, hell. Sticks to my
And
craw.
Chester. All right, Chet, who do we want to establish something
I'm
with?
definitely going to negative that guy.
Negative right back here.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Give me
I
a-
hear what he says. Don't think I don't.
Give me a 1d20
I
here.
think I don't. We're going to have a 17.
17. Go ahead and actually give me a re-roll,
All right.
because we already had that one.
No, all right. How about a 9?
A 9. So what is the most dishonest thing you've seen this character do?
He cheated on his scouting class in order to get his merit badges.
Which badge?
That would
Be a badge specific, please.
What merit badge? I don't know. You know more about scouts. Give me a merit badge. That's
Wow,
good.
you can't even come up with a merit badge.
Not tying.
The
How,
merit,
how about the math merit badge
No,
or academic merit badge?
the hygiene merit badge.
Well, so about that. So you had some questions that we had to answer on here.
Yes.
And it says, what do you give up to spend as much time in nature as you do? And I put showers, soap, deodorant, and chores.
You say chores or shorts?
That works great.
That's a good answer.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
great.
so that doesn't work.
Well, no,
No, I cheated.
You can't. How you gonna
Yeah.
cheat?
For that, I
You did it
had
once.
my parents sign the paperwork that said I
What,
took
you
a
do
shower
handy,
today.
Handy wipes and air fresheners.
Took a shower each night at 6 o'clock, and parents signed off on it.
There you go.
Of course they did.
I know for dishonest with his chores and other responsibilities.
Dang it.
All right, so
and he
we've
stinks.
now got a little bit more ingrained for all of you guys. At
What I'm
this
sensing
point.
is that the brothers don't like anybody that isn't the brothers.
Yeah, that's what it is.
a little
That's
bit,
right.
a little bit.
That's what it is.
They're like the Frog Brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. The Frog Brothers.
I
Yeah.
like that.
So, we're going to kick our story off here. It's May 25th of 1983. So, as I mentioned, Return of the Jedi just came out 2 days ago, in fact, actually.
Yep.
And Claire happened to be lucky enough to get it in their theater opening night.
Nice.
So, you guys do have Return of the Jedi in town. Now, I am curious, is Chet obsessive enough that he immediately went
Have
and
to
saw
do it.
this?
Have to do it.
Okay. Because I was going to say, you got the wealth, so, I mean, you can spend like a teenager. You can totally get yourself a ticket.
Got to do it.
All right, so you've already seen it. Now, has anybody else in the group already seen Jedi?
Oh, no.
No.
In real life?
We didn't have that type
Oh,
of
yeah.
money.
Yeah, we didn't. And, we're just kind of looking at Chet going, hey, man, it'd be really cool if we
I
could
keep spoiling
maybe
it,
see
like
it.
fake spoiling it, like throwing things out. God, Luke Skywalker dies in a minute. I can't believe
Who?
Can't even get over it.
Boba Fett kills Luke
Kills
Skywalker.
everybody. It's the greatest thing ever. Consistent stuff like that.
All right, so you've been
But the end
going
of the
around
movie, they're
spoiling it for
all
him.
encompassed.
Now,
The worst.
the real question we got to find out is the group going to be going to the movies this weekend, or are they going to the local town fair, which also kicks off this weekend? It's sponsored by Dow Chemical.
I've already seen the movie, but
I would like
I'd be
to.
willing to take one for my friends and go again.
I would like to go and see it, but
Yeah, I can't afford to go to the movie.
Yeah,
I
so
mean, I can turn in some bottles because Michigan has the 10-cent return on.
Maybe your cool brother can sneak you in with his friends.
yeah, I mean, the way I see it is, like, if I can't afford it and I like to lead things, I'm not going to be going to do something that I can't do. There's no way I'm going to try to go beg Chester to pay for me to get in. Like, I'm going to the fair.
I don't know how
like,
he has a
me and
social
my
life
buddies
at
are going to the fair.
You want to go to the fair?
That's what we would do.
Oh, all right. There it is.
are we off to the fair? Are we
Yeah.
going to the fair?
Going to the fair.
Okay.
And is
I'll
that
tell you
where-
about the movie on the way there.
Tell us all
My-
about it.
My mom's going to take me next week anyway to see the movie, so that's
So you guys start heading off to the fair, and the way the fair is actually set up in town is it kind of takes over the whole of the town, because Clare is a fairly small place. So the actual town center and the main downtown area, if you could even really call it that, the main street actually gets closed down, and basically all the shop fronts along the main street set up little pavilions outside with their little tents, and you've got special sales going on, and there's a couple of restaurants that were in town have set up little food spots around here. And then just outside of the downtown area, there is the actual carnival itself. So there's your standard fair rides and things like that. Now, which is the prime area that you guys are going to want to hit when you first arrive?
Rides.
Right? I mean, the arcade.
The arcade would be
the
fun.
arcade.
The arcade is,
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna say no to an arcade.
Yeah.
and he just gave me a shiny quarter a minute ago, so I can at least play one game.
I was gonna say we're gonna stick it.
And I got a few cans and stuff I can turn in and get some more.
That's where the cool people hang out.
That's what I heard. That's
Right.
right.
go to the arcade.
Sure.
So everybody wants to go to the arcade. We're not splitting up
look
or
at me.
anything like that.
No.
Okay, the group is still sticking together for the time
Yes.
being. Fantastic. So we head over to the arcade tent, which is it's actually set up outdoors. So there's a lot of music playing because there are a couple rather loud generators that are actually set up out behind the tents to actually power everything. So they do have some music piping over some speakers. It's your standard carnival fare, essentially. Now, the game options are very, very, very select, unfortunately. So we don't have any of the hot new titles. It's going to be mostly like just your generic games like Skee Ball and things like that.
No Galaga?
No Galaga, and
No
Tempest?
unfortunately no Space Invaders either. But they did happen this year for the first year to get a Pac-Man cabinet in.
Fantastic.
But of course, there is a massive line at the Pac-Man game.
Elijah, do you know anybody in the line?
I don't know. Let me see. Do I know anybody that's like maybe up towards the front that I could kind of pal into?
So, being the popular kid in school, you essentially kind of know everybody at least a little bit. Now, you might not be best friends with all of them. In fact, you probably have your selective clique that you like to roll with. But you at least are personable enough because everybody seems to like you. So
Okay.
there's definitely a few kids in line that you recognize. However, there are a few that are above your age range that are more your peers, actually, because the teens are also wanting to check out Pac-Man as well. And surprisingly, there are a couple of adults from around town actually waiting in line to check out this game.
So it sounds like we're going to be waiting a little while. Like,
Yeah, it runs straight out of the
Yeah.
tent.
I mean,
I got an idea.
okay,
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
We'll get in line. You're gonna go just stand next to them.
Oh yeah, because I probably have
They'll
an
wait.
odor.
Yeah, they're gonna.
And I had
Probably.
yeah, I had some like really bad hot dogs for lunch, and so I'm a little gassy. So yeah,
Yeah.
so, and I'm already known as that kid.
Yeah.
And then once we have the machine, I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll go.
between.
Yeah, I'll go up a little towards the front, and I've been holding onto this for a while. So I'm gonna go up there and just kind of like, because I am slovenly and kind of gross.
He's a wretch, but he's a useful wretch.
Yeah. And I got up near the front to watch the game being played, and everybody around it, and I just let one rip.
All right, and you said you've been holding on to this one for a little while.
Yeah, a little while, yeah.
Let's find out if there's going to be a little bit of embarrassment for you. We're not going to give you a high difficulty, but
take
I'd like
it.
you to go ahead and give me a grit check at a difficulty of 4.
Well,
Okay.
I'm also making it worse by pointing at him and saying how awful it is and how I would leave the line.
Oh no, it's Edgar.
God, I'm gonna throw up.
4.
4. All right, so your stomach's been a little rumbly, and for a second there, you think you may have made a wrong decision, actually, as you're kind of letting this squeak out there around everyone. But you managed to keep yourself in check, thankfully,
All right.
and avoid a terribly embarrassing moment in line. But you do let out this horrendous smelling odor around you.
Worth it for Pac-Man.
And I just sit there and just keep looking at the game, going,
Acting like you don't even know what's going on. All right, I would actually like a charm check on that, and we're going to go ahead and since you are slovenly and kind of the disheveled kid, it's going to be we'll go with a 12 actually that you're going to be shooting for.
good thing I have a D20.
He's a charming.
I mean, I'm
slovenly
actually
kid.
charming.
He's got to sell this.
Ugh, 4.
It's not a great roll.
So go ahead and narrate for me how this doesn't go quite right for you. There's going to be some embarrassment, not as bad as it could have been,
Right.
thankfully.
So as I'm sitting there and I'm watching the game play, and I'm just like, and I just kind of look around, and the girl I like
Oh
is,
no!
is like
well done.
2 behind me, and she's just like, oh my god, and
And she immediately runs away.
runs and
Disgusting.
Yeah, and makes it a thing, and people just kind of back away.
Everybody leave! This is terrible! Nobody should be in this line! Ugh! That's all.
Edgar.
Ugh, go!
again.
Everybody disperse!
I think
As you're
I think it's
kind
gonna
of
linger.
waiting in the line for this plan to pan out, you do see a few people come immediately piling
That's
out
the
of
right
the tent.
decision.
And you do hear your brother's name being mentioned repeatedly.
Go figure. I mean, Edgar, again. Again, it's always Edgar doing something like this. All right, well, I've got to go up here and see what happened and see if I can do some damage control up here.
Yeah.
Well, as you start walking up, Edgar's crush actually comes up to you and says, "What is wrong with your brother?"
I mean, I've been asking that for a while, Edgar. But you know I love you. You know I love you. But look, just don't make such a scene. Just get a hold of yourself.
So
Man.
gross.
Get a hold of yourself.
Oh.
It smells awful. It smells awful. Go clean yourself up.
But there's nobody there. You guys can play now.
All right, look.
Well, I just like to say I already was.
Just walks right into it.
I don't know where he gets these ideas. I thought that was really disgusting and stupid, personally.
We're
bet you had
friends.
something to do
He's
with
done
it.
that before. Like, in my parents' basement, I've done that before. So, yeah.
That's gross.
So you immediately slot up some tokens
Yeah.
and get to some
Heck yeah,
action
we're
in
playing.
there. Now I'd like everybody to go ahead and give me
Shirts over the
a
nose?
quick brains check, actually.
Brains.
And this is going to be at a 5.
Ooh, I got a 3.
Ooh.
6.
6.
4.
4, 6. Okay, so the two of you,
no.
and a little surprising that it's you.
Me too.
In fairness, I probably should have given you a higher target number, but we'll go ahead and go with this. You're going to notice it anyway. So both of you happen to notice, and this is just out of the corner of your eye. You actually catch it entirely. As everybody's kind of clearing out of the tent, you actually happen to notice this gentleman. He's clearly an adult, maybe in mid-30s, but he's wearing
old.
a very nice suit, very uncharacteristic for this town. And he actually heads into the tent and then heads over to a back corner game and heads behind it and then seems to just have disappeared. This jumped out to you two specifically because coming for money, you immediately recognize the fine tailored clothing. This might be something that your parents would wear if they were going to like a formal engagement,
Right.
not
It
not
might-
to the county fair.
It might
by
be one
any
of your
stretch.
dad's friends.
It's really strange.
Yeah, it could be
You
one
see
of your
that?
dad's friends. Yeah,
He
yeah.
went behind there and disappeared.
Yeah.
What kind of a game was it?
It
wasn't Pac-Man, 'cause I'm playing that.
It's a joust game.
Okay. So I was originally thinking like a Last Starfire situation where he's back there plugging it in. Whoever goes over there and beats it gets to go save the world.
All right,
My
okay.
immediate thought.
Sounds like breeding Starfighter.
Like Tron
Greeting
style.
jousters. The Kodan Armada.
This is going to be a very strange saving the world.
But then he didn't look like an alien to me. So I don't think that's the situation. What do you think?
I don't know. I only just really caught a glimpse of
I
him.
think you should
so
go take a look real fast. I'll play while you do that real fast.
that sounds like a
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, while you two are having this
Oh,
conversation,
okay,
you
I'll-
We're having a
catch
brain
this.
battle.
I,
battle of which
Outside
commence.
the tent. At this point, your crush finally
Veers
departs and veers off again
Throws
after
up.
interjecting with you for a little bit. Now, I would actually like you to go ahead, due to this being your fear. This is going to be a snap decision situation as well for you. You're going to give me a grit check to see if you were able to deal with the fact that one of the teenage girls has this negative opinion starting to brew about your family
Absolutely.
at this point.
Absolutely. My brother. Always
So you're going to be shooting for a 4.
for a 4. All right. Well, a D8, I got a 6.
All right, so thankfully, since even though this is a snap decision, you did roll higher than it, and you do manage to keep yourself in check. It could have been worse than it was. So thankfully, most of the kids, other than the girl that he has a crush on, Susie, the other kids that happened to be here and who were around as this happened were not really part of the popular clique, so you're fairly certain that you're going to be able to dodge by this pretty well
good.
unscathed. Now, at this point, once Susie finally veers off there, are you guys heading back in to go to the game?
Oh, absolutely, because the plan worked.
Yes.
All right. So you'll be stumbling in there just about the time that you guys are getting towards the end of your conversation about like what's that
I mean,
about?
well, they could be training us to get on top of a goose.
What are you guys
fly
talking
around
about?
with a joust.
What are you guys
and then
talking
save
about?
the world. I'm
I
telling
think
you, the possibility.
as I've been talking to you, I hear that classic like. I've been eaten
My
by the
turn.
ghost, and then you like.
And Inky got you.
Okay.
Inky every time.
If this is what you want me to do, I'll go and
I think you're gonna take it
I'll
out.
go and do it.
I'll be right here.
I'll go with you. What are we checking out?
Yeah, what are you doing?
We're
Oh, it's Joust.
Instantly distracted.
See that game in the corner?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just. Just as we snuck in, there was a guy in a suit who just ducked behind the game. I don't know we didn't know where he went, so I was just going to have a look.
So Superstitious is going to probably
Oh,
fire up big time.
red flags and alarms going off immediately for you.
So is behind there, by listening to, is that where the generators are located? Is behind, like on that side of the tent?
Yes.
And it's super loud back there?
Yes.
I think he's going to destroy the generators.
He's stop us playing games.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
This is an empire.
Dow Chemical would do that.
No, they're doing so good.
They're
sponsoring the Math Olympics.
They're taking all of our quarters, and they're going to break it down. It's Dow.
I don't understand why they would do that. If I think they're sponsoring this tent. Why would they not want the money that's coming in from when we?
I
from
think
our
you should
quarters?
use your skills as a scout and go see what's going on.
You're playing a game. I'm with
Yep. I'll be here.
Just out of the corner of your voice. Both you guys should go and check it out. Well,
Well, show me where
right.
he went, because I got to protect the city.
this way.
All right, so yeah.
Back around
yeah,
the
back
joust
around
game. So as you kind of come back there, what you actually realize is that the tent, there's this weird, like basically the corner, which you had thought had been a full seam, is actually completely cut and open, allowing you to potentially just pass through. Now, where this would actually go to, where the generators actually are at the fairground, is this is at the actual back of the fairgrounds. So right before the tree line heading off into the woods.
Okay. Well, seeing this, obviously vandalism. And I pull out my survival knife, and I kind of open up to see, is a guy still there? Is there any activity going on right in that space? And then I'll kind of burst into it outside the tent.
All right.
Of course,
so
now I'm probably going to get blamed for that. Dang it.
Local kid
Kinda
arrested again.
pull the tent open a little
Always
bit
quick
and
to draw
peek
that
out
knife.
the crack. And
frightening.
at the moment where you see the generators kind of sitting off to the side, and they are chugging away, kind of running still. And again, the tree line for the woods is just out maybe 10 yards or so from the tent and the generators.
Okay.
And then there is a little bit of a pathway kind of behind all the other tents, so the rest of the fairground back here. So there's a little bit of a throughway at the very back before you head off into the woods. But there
I'll
does
join
not
them
seem
whenever
to
my
be
game
any
ends.
individual out
Okay.
here.
So I'll call back to you and say, hey, get the others. We got to go into the woods, because that's where I like to be.
Okay.
Chet,
I'm sure my game's almost over.
Elijah, we're gonna follow
Edgar?
Edgar.
God,
We're
it's
gonna
like
follow
we're not
Another
even
woods
friends.
adventure?
Huh? Yeah, another woods adventure.
I'm worried about it.
Oh, we're gonna
but,
follow this guy in the suit.
Did he take his knife out again?
Yeah.
He did. So I'm a little bit worried about going alone.
Maybe we might have to take
with
it.
him. It doesn't. I know.
I know we've talked
It's
about
always
it.
with the knife.
It's been a long time coming.
Rambo First Blood.
They drew first blood.
Yeah, I'm worried about falling, but I can't have Edgar getting in any more trouble and embarrassing me further.
You got to hurry.
And,
He's about to put the bandana around his head.
Yeah.
We got him. All right, we're going. But I'm not
Please.
missing the fair to go play in the woods all night.
I think if we just go to the edge of the woods and look, and
Also-
if we just go into like 20 yards or something and look.
This is a new polo. My mom would be very upset if I got it stained. This is my fair shirt.
Don't get it stained. That's all
It's
I'm
literally
saying.
a fair shirt. It seems pretty fair.
It was
Seems fair.
It seems fair.
Seems fair.
It's a lovely.
She called it that. I didn't come up with the idea of calling
It's
it
a
fair
lovely
shirt.
pastel pink.
It's not pastel pink.
It
So eventually you guys all kind of come together here and make your way out of the tent and start. Now, are you going to go actually off directly? Like, I assume you're.
Yeah,
taking
I'm right to the
lead.
tree line. If,
All right.
just walk right up there, and then kind of like, if it's like a little bit of a rise at the top, and as,
Yes.
as a scout would do.
Hero pose.
After fixing your-
where are you?
Yeah, as I get up there, I'm like,
No. He's doing it again.
We better go stop him.
His loose clothes flapping in the wind like a cape.
So go ahead and everybody
not
give
loose
me a
clothes.
brains check, and we're
Brains
going to be
check.
looking for a target of a 10.
Okay.
I can't even get that, but I'm gonna.
You can roll anyway. If you get exploding.
What was it?
It can explode.
Ooh.
Was it brains?
Yeah.
Exploding brains check.
No.
All
I
right.
had 2.
2.
Ouch.
I got a 1.
1.
Are those good?
16.
16. All right. So we got one
20
person who's
seconds.
going to notice here. Everybody else, go ahead and take yourself an adversity token.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys get up to the woods there, you kind of strike a pose and you're looking around, mainly kind of keeping
I
an
just
eye
want.
on the.
I actually am just want to make sure they see that.
Okay. More keeping an eye on them. Sure.
I assure you, we saw it.
We didn't miss anything.
Odds are you two are likely just distracted by this situation.
Yes.
So,
I'm not going to disagree
I'm
with
looking
that.
beyond what I've seen before.
You, when you finally get up here, you don't actually worry about like keeping an eye on the upper level of the tree line or anything like that or what they're doing. You actually keep your focus on the ground. So if somebody kind of came out here and started making their way into the woods, there might be at least a few signs of disturbance on the ground.
Yep.
And you do notice that there appears to be a trail of likely footsteps. There's been disturbance on some leaves, a couple twigs here and there, heading off into the woods.
Right. And maybe some threads from a expensive suit.
Mm.
Rather than
no
your,
threads,
rather than
no
your
threads.
torn jeans.
Oh, they're not torn. They're just
No,
two sizes too
smell,
big.
They're
they
falling
smell,
off, and I don't have a belt.
they smell torn. Ripped right down the back. Anyway, keep going.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know why I hang out with you.
You guys are always so mean to me.
What are we doing out here?
We're in the woods. Congratulations.
And the point, they must have went out there somewhere.
Ugh.
I say, I think if we follow this path here, let's follow this trail.
Which, once it's pointed out to you, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Exactly. The,
Yep.
the trail. My scouting instincts definitely said there would probably be something
We're
like that.
following another
Would-
trail in the woods again.
Would you mind if I went first?
He's got the tracking merit badge to show you.
Yeah,
he
well,
knows what's
I'm
going
much
on.
taller, so yeah, I can
You
absolutely
can
see
see
over
over the
you.
top of me.
Yeah. You're very diminutive.
Very
Hi,
diminutive.
I'm of average height, please. Thank you very much.
Average height and weight, thank you.
My mother had me tested.
She says my
Every
head is in the 80 percentile range.
I'm going to grow up to be a special boy. I assume you're taking the lead then, as you.
Well,
go
I'm going to
towards,
have
or
him
you're
walk
gonna-
slightly in front of me, and I'll, still.
Because you're playing off of the fact that you know what's going on,
Of
but you
course,
don't
yeah.
actually know where this trail
Right,
is.
right.
Okay.
Like
So
that.
trying to take the credit. Give me a charm check just to see. I want to see how likely it is that these two are going to fall for that. I'm going to put it at a 10.
Okay.
Who
8.
8.
who's taking it?
He is making the
Okay.
check. So you guys can kind of get the suspicion that, especially you, because this is your brother after all. If he knew what was going on here, he'd have been barreling off into the
Right.
woods by himself. So the fact that he's pushing this other kid kind of in front of him and making him lead the way,
Math this path.
clearly he doesn't actually even know what he's doing right now,
Right.
actually. But I digress. You guys, you guys head off
Wait, are we
into
talking,
the
we
woods.
talking about Edgar or Rick?
So you guys head off into the woods here, and after a little while, you do actually start realizing that you're kind of looking around the rest of the woods and the environment, that you're actually headed out towards the scout camp, which was off of, I forget the name that we gave the lake. There was a lake.
BB Lake.
BB Lake. So there's a Boy Scout camp out at actually BB Lake here in Clare, and that is where you are actually currently headed.
Okay.
Stomping ground.
It is. This is like
Yeah.
I come here every summer for 2 weeks.
This is it.
Yeah.
Home turf.
Why is he walking out this way?
Because I told you it's not Dow, it's the campers. They're the ones that are doing all the bad things. People like you.
What? No. I ask you obviously. I mean, you obviously have a beautiful mind with the math and the imagery that you see all the time.
It is. It is beautiful.
I don't think it's like that.
No, it's not. Like
The
that.
word I'd use is glorious,
I mean,
but keep going.
Yeah, that's true.
Telling me about my mind.
Jesus.
What can I do? What do you want me to do? What can I do?
You've
How
got
can I
to
help you?
break it down for us. Use your math to figure out why are we walking out here to find this person, and why would they be out here? Because
Well-
obviously math is the answer to everything.
Use your math powers.
Well, it's more
You
of a.
keep saying math is the answer to everything, so you should know the answer.
It's what we're looking for. We're looking. It's a patterns thing. It's pattern
Pat-
recognition.
pat-
It's looking for things that are outside the normal pattern.
Patent?
pattern, like not like general pattern,
Oh,
but like a sewing pattern that you would have used when you got your like
My
seamstress badge.
I didn't get that one.
Okay.
We're still working on that.
Yeah,
one.
so
Don't
we're
have
on
the
that.
When you
whole.
used to sew your badges onto your.
So as he's mathing out for me, and I'm getting bored with that.
Yes.
I'm gonna go on, take a knee, and like look like I'm doing the whole like testing the ground and everything to kind of.
Oh, my football
Now,
game
are
is
you
out.
legitimately doing anything, or are you just trying to
No,
make it look?
no,
like
I'm
you're
gonna
doing something?
try to legitimately use my scouting skills to figure out which part of the camp are they going to. Because on one side of the lake is where the swimming area is, and
Yep.
then you got all this, and then the archery ranges and everything over here.
Chemical storage
Yeah,
facility.
the secret chemical storage facility.
The one that has
I-
the
I-
no trespassing. like
no kids here.
violators.
yeah, by
violators
all
will be
means.
prosecuted.
So you're going to go ahead and make a brains check, and I think with the fact that we've got your scout handbook on you actually at the moment as well, so you have something
yeah, I'll
you
pull
can
it out and be
reference
like-
if you need to. We'll go ahead and we'll give you a 4.
All right.
Don't leave home without it.
One.
Oh, hold on. This is. I'm like, I have my book, and it's like. Oh wait. Nope.
No.
Is it?
So you can give yourself another adversity token on that.
I'll take it.
Is it getting a little bit too dark for you to read? Or?
You were just in the light.
Okay.
And
Step-
basically what's going on is
my diminutive
as you're
frame
kind of
would
looking
work.
down at the trail here, you realize that there are 2 sets of tracks here,
Okay.
and you're no longer sure which was the original one that you were following, so you're not quite sure exactly where into the camp the person was going, but one set does seem to go off towards where the cabins are, and the other one seems to be going off towards the archery range.
Okay.
Could I check? Just while he's looking and
Assuming
doing
he
his-
lets you
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be
know
like-
what he's even trying,
do-
potentially.
doing
yeah.
his glorious pantomime. That's what it's
Right. So as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh, hey, there was 2 people here, or he was here twice.
Is it quiet in the woods, or is it like noise?
Like squirrels?
Not abnormally quiet.
Okay.
It's other than obviously you guys
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
There's not a whole lot of noise right now,
Alright.
especially since the camp at the moment is not actually actively in use. So you've traveled out far enough away from the
Alright.
fair now that it's kind of
I'm
died
gonna break
down.
that silence with my football game. Which it does sound like that.
That's the exact.
Guys,
noise.
you think there's poison ivy out here also? Seriously, like.
It looks like there's either 2 people out here, or the same person has been here twice.
Or they split. Doppelgangers.
What?
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
I read about
I'll get your brother
doppelgangers.
going all day
I'm
long.
totally
He's so
annoyed
easy.
by
He's so
all of
easy.
this.
That's
Look
what
at him.
always using like the 2 people walking single file to hide their numbers kind of thing. You and your Star Wars. I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
Jeez.
But then
I'm just totally annoyed by all of this. I'm just.
So he has pointed out that there are
or
2
two
tracks at this
Yeah.
point. So you can go ahead and make a check now. It'll also be a 4.
Okay. A 13.
13. So it is very easy for you to tell that the set that you were originally following are the ones that veer off to the right towards the cabins.
Okay.
You're not sure what this path going off towards the archery range is. You're not sure if it's even a human, animal.
Right. Okay.
You don't know.
I think we should go off towards the cabins. I
Yeah?
think that's where we. Yeah.
This is so
we should be
stupid.
doing
This
that.
guy probably owns the camp, and we're following him around, trespassing. I might add, and the fair's going on.
Yeah, what a great distraction having a fair go on when they can be over here doing very nefarious things.
Nefarious things.
He told me about that word, by the way,
Nefarious.
and it was.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know what it means. It just sounds bad.
It just
But the
sounds
guy's in a
like-
suit.
I'm just gonna say that even though you used it correctly in this case, I don't agree that
When we're all impressed.
that being nefarious.
What?
I think
I'm
it
giving
might
this
be
trip
taken enough.
10 more minutes, and then I'm going back.
Look, Chester, the guy's in a suit in the middle of the woods. There's obviously something going on. We need to check it
You
out.
don't know. He could have taken it off. It could have been hunting gear underneath.
Hunting
I don't know.
gear?
I've never hunted. I don't
Hunting
know.
gear?
I don't know.
You and your story.
He would need his
You just make- you always
international
make
orange
things
to
up.
go hunting because it's law here in Michigan.
Spell international.
INTER.
Not you, Bart.
Follow me, please.
So you guys
Chester.
start.
Yeah, towards the cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the cabin.
And I assume you 2 are also still tagging
Yeah,
along,
yeah.
or-
Got some time
okay.
left.
Okay.
We got some time
I
left.
felt, yeah, I was like, I
We're
felt
taking
like
down.
Chet's
No, no.
starting to get towards the end of his timer here.
No, we're
All right, so we got a little bit of room
When-
left.
Poison ivy, dark. There's a lot of stuff that's coming up. I'm just putting it out there.
All right, so at this particular camp, we're going to say that there are a set of 6 cabins actually over in the cabin area, not including the actual like main lodge. Now, as you guys are coming over, the tracks start getting a lot harder to follow because you're coming up into a much more trafficked area. Now, thankfully, the camp hasn't been active for about the past week here or so. They had a small event, actually. There was a small kids getaway that wasn't scout related, but they did use the scouts camp because that's really the only one directly in the area. But it is making it a little harder to read the tracks on the ground. So I'm going to need everyone to go ahead that wants to try to be worrying about the tracking side of this to make a brains check with a target of 6.
9.
You're doing well.
The scout is scouting hard tonight.
I'm just like nostalgia. I was just here like a month ago.
It's less of a role and more of a title. Honestly.
A self-imposed
Title,
title, it seems
yes.
like. I'm the scout.
I just
quotes.
I just want to be a part of something.
Isn't your dad's a scout master, isn't he?
All right.
Just want
So
to be
you you completely get distracted by just man.
As I do.
Following the motions of the
Remember
butterfly.
like a
clubhouse.
game you played over between these 2 cabins while you were out here last time, and just oh man, that was such a good time. But you thankfully
Have never been a scout.
you keep your eyes just fixated on the ground the entire time, and you were putting forth your most concentrated effort to keep sight of these tracks, despite the fact that there's clearly been foot traffic going everywhere. Now, the set that you were following does happen to go off. It passes by the main cabins and actually makes way towards the lodge.
Okay. Okay, everybody be really careful. There's a lot of... I'm having trouble making sure that these are the tracks. I will admit that. But, so as long as everybody...
Mosquitoes
Are you
too?
still playing
It's
the
Michigan
football
dude.
game?
Yeah, like walking and following along. Hey, yeah.
Not paying any attention.
Yeah.
To us. Yep. Okay,
my
so...
Hey, I'm surprised Edgar hasn't told a story about this place yet. Every place in this stupid area he talks about. Hey, remember when I shot my first arrow over here?
We're almost there. We haven't got to the cabin where we played that one
hey,
game.
look, there's the pine almost drowned
there was
twice.
I didn't-
Which one was the where you first heard the tale of the
the
bald-headed bear?
The bald-headed bear, Clare
Clare
County.
County?
Oh, it was in cabin 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also where we played our first game of some sort of. It was like dice and something with I don't know, big
Bald-headed
monsters.
Bear, the ogre,
D&D
Orange
what?
County.
Was it
He's heard
D&D?
more stories
Yeah,
from
I
this
think so,
stupid
yeah.
place.
Did you play some D? You played some D?
Yeah, right out here at the
Okay.
camp.
Wow, that's cool. We should totally look into that after this summer.
Bald-headed bear.
So you guys eventually make it up to the lodge now. What's the plan?
All right, I'll put the game away. Now that we're going and doing something that's not woods.
This is actually moderately
Okay, are we
interesting.
are we gonna skirt the edge of trespassing and just go full bore and just do it? Because I'm down if you guys are doing it. I'm cool.
Should we add B and E to the list?
Yeah. Where's the line? Is murder on the docket? I'm just curious what we're doing. Here.
I think if we're careful, we can just do the entering. Like,
Yeah, I
we
think so.
don't have to break
That's
anything.
like half the yeah.
Well,
So-
I was always told that sometimes I had to actually work in the kitchen and help because I would get in trouble at camp.
when you're stealing food is not working the kitchen.
Right. Well, I thought I'd only told that to you, but they do have there is a door in the back that goes right into the kitchen, and we could probably go in that way.
There's a little cat flap that you could crawl through.
What about if we like try to listen? Maybe go up to a window
Huh?
or go up to a
Huh?
window and listen
What?
for something. So
What?
we can do that.
I don't understand. What?
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We should
So windows listening.
listening.
So who's going where?
Is there any lights like from like what time of the day is it?
So it is actually, now that you've walked through the woods a bit, it's actually finally starting to get to dusk. You're not
Okay.
quite into twilight yet, so you've
Okay.
still got that reddish hue going
Is there
on.
any sort of lights within the building that we see
No.
from windows? Right now? Okay, cool.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I'll head to the corner leading back towards where the door to the back kitchen area is, while everybody else is kind of doing things, kind of
All right.
keeping guard.
So you're heading
with my
around
Rambo
back?
knife.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to listen. Like
Knives out.
Heading up to one of the windows.
Yeah.
Knives out, guns out. Yeah, I'm gonna follow along behind.
So heading
I
back
know
to
I know
the-
it's a
Follow
danger.
farther back.
It's a dangerous.
All right.
place to
Knives
be in,
out.
But
So over here, Elijah, at the window, go ahead and you're going to give me a brains check, and we're going to do this at a 5.
All right, 5. I got a 3.
3. So you press your ear up to the window there, and you kind of for a second you get that weird like reverberating sound that glass will do if you put your ear up to it, and you're trying to make anything out in there, but you're pretty sure it's quiet.
I'm pretty sure there's nothing going on, but
Yeah.
But you do realize now, after listening for a moment, that you are the only one around here at the building. Around back.
everybody,
Oh,
everybody go.
Elijah.
So I'm assuming you were just heading
Edgar?
straight to the kitchen.
No, I went to,
door?
like I said, I went to the corner leading back to where the kitchen, like if we had to go around to the kitchen to kind of stand guard while they kind of were looking in or listening or whatever they
Okay, well,
plan on
you do
doing.
notice that as you start walking back and you kind of turn back, at least 2 of them are following you.
Perfect. That sounds right. I'll go around the corner then.
All right.
Straight into to the door.
Okay. So you head around the corner. I'm assuming everybody else just continues on.
Yeah.
so I see him with his face pressed against the glass, and he's going towards the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is just ridiculous.
This is perfect.
I'm gonna follow.
He's got his knife out. I gotta go because I know the impending accident is gonna happen.
Yep.
And it's
Somebody's
gonna
gonna be
be
there
a great
to-
story.
Somebody's going to be there to dress the wound.
Somebody's gotta be there.
I got my
Anybody
duct
maybe
tape,
yelling
so-
back at Elijah or anything like that?
He knows where we are.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. So everybody kind of takes off.
I think I'm going to be trying to be
Guys.
quiet during it. Like,
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
if I say anything, I'm going to be.
I put my video game away. I think I turned it off.
Oh no.
I think I turned it off.
Maybe not.
When we
Noted.
when we get to the door,
You're welcome, D.
Test the door to see if it opens.
It does. It
Perfect.
is not locked.
Good, 'cause
And
that-
now you actually are aware of, by camp policy, when everybody closes down at the end, everything is to be locked because they don't want bears or anything like that getting in.
Right. I checked where the
Bears.
the
Bolted
door
bears.
mechanism would lock into the hole there to make sure that if there's no more gum that I have stuck in there over time.
Nope,
'Cause
nope.
that's how
That
it
was
always
it was
opened for me.
legitimately unlocked.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Look around. You guys ready? Do I see? Oh,
Okay.
Have I caught up,
You would realize at this point that Elijah isn't
Yeah.
with you.
guys?
Wait. Let's
Hello?
wait.
Guys?
Let's wait a minute.
Edgar?
Wait a minute.
yeah.
We're back here.
Edgar?
A couple moments later, he does come walking around the corner, and thankfully
What's up,
they are
guys?
there standing at the now open kitchen door.
It's
so
little me
the-
going. 1, 2. We're missing somebody.
I'm pretty sure we had 4.
Yeah, I was really nervous, but I played it off, played it cool. I'm like, oh, okay, no, I found you guys. We're
Oh,
good.
God, they abandoned
We're
me.
good.
You would have been like 1, 2, 3. Where's the fourth?
Where's the fourth?
Makes no sense.
And walk right in.
All right.
Yeah.
Taking the lead. And I assume probably like, are you turning a light on, or are you going?
Oh, I know exactly where that'd be. Yeah, so absolutely.
Okay, so
All
immediately
right.
flick the switch.
No going back. Officially entered. Didn't break.
It's also force of habit
We entered.
because I needed the light to get into the stores to get whatever
Ugh.
big can of chocolate pudding I would need.
So you guys enter into the
Lard.
kitchen area.
112
which
ounces.
This is the actual primary kitchen that you've actually entered into. This is where like the stove and all of that is. Off to the side there is the dry storage area,
Okay.
and then on the back wall, basically just along as you come in, is where the refrigeration units are. Then there's a door that leads out into the main portion of the lodge, and it does actually have that kind of like serving window area
Okay.
as well. So, and that is just
I was
an
gonna say,
open
is it-
space.
Okay. Is the serving window closed or is it?
It doesn't appear that it actually has a closing.
and there's
gate.
nobody in there. I'm looking.
Nope, nothing that you can see. It's the completely empty lodge with the standard, cabin style picnic table deals with the bench seats. Large stone fireplace at the far end and hearth.
And fully stacked kitchen.
I don't know. At this
Well-
point, it's end of season.
There might be cans.
Might
It's
be
probably-
some dry storage.
Yeah, or some canned
Likely
foods
the
and stuff.
refrigeration
Yeah.
stuff was
Yeah.
all pulled.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm, before I was looking at the ground, trying to pay attention to the details. I'm going to have a look around and at the floor. I want to check out the floor and see if there's anything irregular about.
Right.
And are you going through just the kitchen itself, or are you going like basically throughout the entirety of the lodge itself?
Yeah, I'm going to start in the kitchen and then I'll probably move out into the lodge before I move. Like do the refrigeration.
Okay,
Sort of thing. So
okay.
start in the main kitchen area and
And I'll check in the dry store area because I feel like that might be someplace where there could be
Something to snack on.
pudding.
Potentially. So over to the dry storage. What's
Right.
Elijah's plan here?
Elijah is kind of looking around, looking for like, hey Edgar, does anything look out of place? You know this place better than any of us. Like, does anything look out of place? And I'm just going to kind of chill out and watch what everybody else is doing and try not to get like in the middle of stuff.
Okay, and then Chet.
So there's nobody in the main room?
Not initially. So off the bat, we're checking the floor in the kitchen, and
Yep.
he will eventually be moving out into the main area, but up front he isn't. And you are moving immediately to the dry storage area.
Makes sense.
Elijah's just hanging back.
Well, yeah, I'll go in the main room, just directly. I'm just going to look around. I've never been here.
Pop that door open and head on out in.
Gunk.
And it is just one of those kind of kitchen swing
Okay,
door
yeah.
type deals. So you go on out into the main room, you're heading into the storage area, and you're checking the floor. You go ahead and give me a brains check. Difficulty is going to be, put it at 7.
3.
It's not
Nice.
7.
All right.
That is not
and
7.
then
It
you
is
were
4
heading
less
to
than
dry
7.
Storage, and you were specifically looking for a snack.
Yeah, because I know almost everything is in the kitchen as far as storage because I'm always in there.
Yeah, you
during
hid some
camp.
pudding somewhere.
Yeah. So I'd walk in there, and maybe I feel like if there anything was out of place, I might notice that. But I know exactly where the pudding is kept.
Okay, so you're first heading to the pudding.
Yeah.
You get
Story
into
of your
dry
life.
storage, and you kind of
Listening to the pudding.
pull
Our
a can
invitation.
off the shelf, and thankfully there is a can up there still. And as you go to reach over to where the can opener should be, your hand slaps down onto a counter with nothing.
What?
Very out of place for you and uncharacteristic immediately about
Yeah,
this.
My mood totally changes. Now this is serious.
Knife goes from the hand. Knife goes from the hand to the mouth.
Wait. Wait, so you drawing the knife before wasn't serious?
I mean, I'm looking. No, always prepared.
Oh no,
man.
no, it goes from up
To down.
And I'll need a brains check from you over here, Chet, at, we're going to put it at a 5.
All right. That's a second one.
Oh, it's like
that's
a one.
Another one?
There's 2 1s on this 20, which I like to retire your dice for that.
Wow.
Well, thankfully we don't have critical failures, but you do get your
I will-
adversity token.
yep,
Remember that
yep.
for your failure. And basically, when you get out into the main area there, as far as you can tell, it is just barrenly empty. It is one large main
It's
room.
big?
Yep.
Does it echo?
No, because they have actually designed it well enough to make sure that the acoustics don't echo when they're
Okay.
doing their like scout
All right.
presentations and stuff.
Then I won't yell.
I thought for a second that you were going to tell one of your jokes. One of your sucky jokes. But keep going.
Keep staring at the floor.
Yeah, I will.
The floor's still there, in case you're wondering. I say that as I walk by.
Yep.
Stupid.
Now you're also going to make a brains check here.
Okay.
And we're going to do this one at. This is going to be a 9.
Okay. 8.
8.
You deserve that. Do you have a +1?
Can I borrow your one?
Do you have a +1?
No. I just
You
have
actually can. So that is part of what can be done with adversity tokens. So this
Yeah.
can be done as teamwork. Now, if you are going to lend him one to
Yeah.
get him to the success,
Uh-huh.
you have to explain how you're going about potentially actually helping him.
So help him stare at the floor?
Well,
Is that what you're doing, right?
well, it's one where like you could be walking past, you make your.
Well, I just want to make sure that's still what you're doing.
You make your snarky comment.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
but
he
then,
is absolutely
But then
checking the floor.
while I'm looking at the thing, you look at it as well, and you
Yes.
spot something I didn't
Right.
see.
Right, yeah,
What is-
so,
yeah.
yeah, more or less. Yeah, I'll do that. And I also give a +2 when I do that for my sidekick ability.
When you help out.
Yes. So, yeah, I'll walk by and say, "I'm still on the floor? You missed a spot."
And as
Yep.
soon as he actually points it out, it's right over by the fireplace.
Okay.
And basically what it is it appears that it's not actually flush construction. There is a seam
Okay.
that leads up all around the entirety of the fireplace.
Is it okay? Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
What, Bart?
Put down the pudding.
Oh no! I mean, there's a little door that opened. I kicked that out. And like,
I found the pudding!
no, I'm like, someone took the can opener.
Don't you have your knife?
Well, I don't want to ruin the blade.
Yeah,
'cause that's how you
That's
think.
fair enough.
All right, I'm calm under pressure, so I'm like, all right, just calm down. Just calm down. What'd you find, Bart? What'd you find?
Bartholomew.
What?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Sorry. What'd you find, man?
Correcting you is more important than telling you what I
Yes.
found.
If we have a look at the hearth here.
Why are we whispering? There's nobody here. Literally, look around. Literally.
I'm telling you, there's a seam here around the edges. It
Did the man in the suit come take you here?
I think this could be a secret door.
You're done hanging out with my friend.
I think this is a secret door.
You're one step away from tinfoil hats.
Please, just
Like you had
Come
any
on.
friends to begin with. Just
I've
let's
had
listen
lots
to
of
Bart
friends
talk.
in the previous town I came from. I had lots of friends.
You had
Don't
two
comb your
friends.
hair.
You had two friends.
All right.
Let's check this out.
All right. Show.
More importantly, we need to find the can
I can't hear
opener.
you speak up.
I think the guy in the suit might have taken the can opener through this secret door.
You telling me we have a can opener thief wearing an Armani suit in the woods in a camp behind a secret door? Look me in the eye and tell me that.
If we look at all the facts that we have uncovered to date, you and I both saw a man in an Armani suit leave
I would
through
like
the
to
corner of the tent of the fair in Clare, Michigan.
I agree.
When was the last time
But
that happened?
think about it.
Tell me.
I
No,
think
no,
we should
tell me.
circle back around to my Last Starfighter theory because that makes more sense right now than this.
It does. Yes, this is true. But
I'm
I'm just
literally
following.
trying to get
I'm
this.
following.
Okay, so you're now trying to push the fireplace
You said the
open.
guy probably has a can opener
Oh,
there.
now you've done it. Hulk smash.
Go ahead and give me a brawn check here.
Okay.
Now the target on that is actually going to be a 20.
All right, so it says +1.
Yes,
So I'm
you get
gonna
to
add
add +1 to your roll
Alright.
automatically.
Can I help you?
Potentially with adversity token.
Oh, okay.
All right, so 6. But I want to, you know what? I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to spend 2 adversity tokens to re-roll that. Is that
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait.
All right.
What did you say you needed?
Need a
A
20.
20. So I'm hoping to get it the big
exploding.
boom.
Right. Yeah.
Nope.
A 2.
I think maybe we should help.
A 2.
Guys. Okay.
Are we
Yep. Okay, so it's obviously not one that swings out normally. We need.
So apropos, every game that I've been involved in has been a fart joke. It's
yes.
amazing. I'm glad that the tradition continues
Keep
tonight.
on going. That's twice.
You got 2 of them.
We're kids. There is not a lot funnier than
That's right.
than fart
That's
and
right.
poop.
A lot.
I know because I'm still a kid.
All right. Are we pushing? I'll help.
I don't know.
What?
If it's not opening with pushing it, maybe there's like a secret
There's gotta
button.
be.
So
Yeah.
Let's just say I believe you, which I don't. But let's just say I do.
yeah.
They're not gonna. It's not a push barn. What do you think this is? No, it's gonna be a secret button you press.
Can opener.
That's what he was thinking. Can opener.
I'm gonna start looking for.
One try.
That's all I've got to say.
I'm gonna look.
Serious.
I'm gonna look
There's
for.
gotta be a
button.
control panel.
Yeah.
Somewhere, because that
All right,
makes
so you
sense.
guys start
Okay.
looking
Yeah.
around.
Let's look.
And it doesn't actually take you that long, nor does anyone need to make a check
Oh,
for
cool.
it. Once you actually start looking, there is, strangely, a cutout in the interior of the fireplace.
Okay.
And it is the same shape as a can opener.
Damn.
Who discovered this, or did we all see it?
Anyone that was looking, essentially, when you started looking for a button. on
I
there.
noticed that there was a particular pattern that was out of location. I was like, what the hell is that? What's that?
That's a can opener. Look, just look at it right there. You see how it has the handle and it's kind of boxy-ish? But then there's a...
I think you think everything is a can opener at this
Here,
point.
here it comes. He's gonna think the wall stole a can opener. Just wait for
What? No. I'm not
word.
that dense. Did I use that right? Did I say that right? Dense?
Yes.
Nice.
You can use it other ways as well.
Really?
You can
So-
use it
so,
other
all right.
ways as well.
I'm intrigued now. So you're telling me you were about to stick your head in a thing of pudding, and you had a can opener, and you set it down, and then it disappeared.
No. I went in, grabbed the pudding, the can of pudding, and
Yes.
went to reach for the can opener that I know is always right there, not
Yes.
there where I'm... So I point back at the room.
Yes, your
back there.
your meticulous sense of detail is known.
I
And it was not there.
When it comes to kitchen stuff, I know.
hey, if my brother says it's not there, it's not there. Trust me, he wants to.
I'm
put
trusting him on this one. Yeah.
All right, so we gotta find this can opener.
Yeah.
Not for the pudding.
Oh. What?
Okay, so let's go. If we go back in and like
Look for
tear,
the can.
tear apart the dry food
I don't know.
area, or
I mean, I would have seen it because that's my focus.
Yeah.
Right now is the can opener.
All right, I'm going back to the kitchen and I'm gonna begin searching for the can opener.
All right,
Alright.
so you're starting to dig through the kitchen.
have we looked on the mantle yet?
No one has. No.
No,
I can't see up the
start looking.
Well,
Can you see on top of the mantle?
Yeah, we're short.
to be fair, it was a good idea.
I'm of
That's
average
not where it
height.
is, though.
Yeah.
I'm of
So,
average height. My mother had me
Oh, it was
tested.
1 foot
It
away
is
from
an
it.
empty
Oh,
mantle.
jeez, I should have known. It was literally right here.
Yeah, Edgar's the oldest, I think. You're right.
Yeah,
14.
14.
Yeah.
I'm taller.
Yeah.
I can see the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's nothing sitting up there.
Okay.
You would have immediately noticed the can opener
yeah,
Right.
sitting there, and clearly out of place.
Right. Mm.
It might be one of those massive mantles. I could-
Well, if there's a cutout for it in there and someone has used it, they took it with them. They have to use it to get back out.
bastards.
So, is there a way we can, you guys are smart. You say you're smart all the time.
I yell
Wait
back.
a minute.
I yell back. You can whittle one out of wood with your knife.
Totally. Let's do that.
I mean, we all know what a can opener looks like. Maybe we have some stuff here we could put together to kind of.
As I'm moving pots and pans,
Maybe.
not subtly.
Right, of course.
Well,
And,
I've got this comb that I carry around. Is there any way maybe we can fashion that like into a where it fit into the slot maybe?
I think the primary, like the circuit board on the interior of the Coleco football game.
could short it out. Maybe is it look like it's electronic?
Get that thought
I
out
don't
of
know
your
what's going
head.
No. I'm just saying if we take that out and we carve, carve like that with your knife, that'll look like a can opener.
idea, and you can't solve all your problems with a comb.
All right, go ahead and give me a brains check and if either of you two end up wanting to help during this, you'll be able to throw.
I'm
in
just searching in the
adversity
kitchen,
tokens.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll help.
until I get bored.
That's going to be a pass for you.
Oh, what?
You are going to be shooting for a 7.
A 19.
19.
Oh,
19.
doggy!
Is he gonna
So,
MacGyver
Look at
this?
the big brain on Brad.
You
Apply my
each have potential solutions is what comes up here. So, after everybody's kind of been rattling off some items here, you actually realize that there is a configuration of items that you can make use of with a couple of kitchen utensils, his comb, and your knife actually will get you the shape
course.
that you need.
Yep. Cool.
You, however, remember that there was in cabin 4, the last time that you were here, one of the kids who you frequently snuck into the kitchen with actually had
Oh,
his
yeah.
own can opener,
Yeah.
and he told you where he used to hide it in cabin 4. It might still
Nice.
be there.
Ooh, this thing's been worn down to the nub.
So much pudding.
Just jammed.
I know where there is a can opener.
Well, it's not in the kitchen. I know that for
Well,
sure.
well, Timmy Tubman.
Yeah.
Timmy Tubman, who I go to camp with, who I've told you about.
Yes, you
And,
have.
and of course,
Yeah, I know
Elijah.
You
you know
claimed to
Timmy
have seen
I
an
know
albino
Timmy.
squirrel
Yeah.
with him. I recall. Didn't
Yeah.
didn't happen.
It happened.
Did not happen.
So he brought a can opener that he would hide so that we would always have one in case there was a situation sort of like this.
Put me
But
down for shocked.
For the footy.
Sort of like this, but not quite.
But and it might still be in cabin 4. We could go do that, but unless of course you have a better idea. But I think maybe we could go there and grab that.
Heck yes, we're gonna do that.
Well, I do have a better idea. Okay, let's try yours.
What's your idea?
Let's do that first.
What
Well,
was
my
your-
idea is that we've got some stuff here. There's like Elijah's comb. Sorry, you're gonna have to sacrifice it just for tonight.
Okay.
I can buy you another one tomorrow. But yeah, the comb, some other stuff in the kitchen. And you can strap it together with some duct tape, and we're all good.
You and that duct tape.
Okay.
Use my comb one
One
last
last time.
Get it right. Yeah.
Good
But yeah,
idea.
Yeah, we can do
So
that.
you're telling me we know where a can opener is? We can go over there in 5 minutes and bring it back here.
I-
We're gonna fashion one
I'm giving
out of
you-
a comb and some duct tape.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Sounds like a lot more
I
fun.
start, dun, 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 dun,
Well, we don't know
dun,
what's in that other
dun,
building.
dun, dun. No.
It's the wrong show.
What could possibly
Oh.
be in the other building?
Probably more pudding.
I mean,
Probably.
5 minutes. I give you 5 minutes.
All right.
5 minutes what?
When this fails.
You have 5 minutes. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick.
Go ahead.
Tick.
Sit
Edgar.
down Indian style on the floor.
Oh, I gotta go back to the cabin?
Well, you know where it's hidden.
Of course.
I don't know
And
where it's
yeah, I'll bolt for it.
All right, so you quick jolt over to cabin 4, and like I said, he had told you where the actual spot was, so you quick run over to the hiding spot.
Tock, tock.
The secret can opener spot.
There's a little piece of log that has been
Yeah.
like we pull it out and
There's
there's
a
like
mouse trap in there.
there's
to make
all
sure
sorts
anyone
of
doesn't
little goodies that we've hidden in there.
Yeah.
have a counterweight like Indiana Jones.
A really old Tootsie Roll and the can opener.
It's covered.
I grab
covered
both.
Vance.
Look on both.
It is rock hard.
Yeah.
You're more sucking than
And I run back, but I only get like just out the cabin door. And I'm like,
Wait a minute, see 80s? You're running with your knife out, right?
as kids did in the 80s.
Yes.
Tick,
Oh no.
tock, tick,
And I,
quick
tick,
jolt
tock,
back.
tick, tock.
Hold on, we still have 3 more minutes left for him to finish up.
I got it. I got it. Wait. There.
Seriously, pudding. Seriously, Edgar.
No, but
Pudding.
Raphael,
No, it's just
please
like-
continue, please.
What?
I want to see if your can opener works better. Please continue.
I want to see if your can opener
no.
works better.
Just give me.
There's a can of peas in there with your name on it. I
Just
wanna
give me
see.
my comb. Just give me my comb.
Save the comb. I did that for you.
Thank you. Good big brother.
Yeah,
Always looking out.
sometimes.
You're such a mess, though. Just clean yourself up.
Yeah.
Clean yourself up.
You can open it.
All right.
You can open it.
Taking the actual can opener
you
or the handcrafted?
I don't think he finished.
No, I
I
didn't.
think he saw the real one next to his.
No,
It's not-
I didn't start it. I said you've got 5 minutes until I
Oh,
start.
I
until
thought-
you
I
start,
thought
yeah.
you said it was going to take you
Because
5
there's
minutes to
the-
craft it.
It doesn't make what kind of fool would would waste things like Elijah's comb if there is one.
It's very valuable.
Yes, it's a terrible idea.
But we can't waste more than 5 minutes.
Good point. You make a good point.
Yeah.
Except
So
the way
you
you
slap the
talk
can
is like
opener
we're
in
wasting
there.
10.
Can't
so
argue
let's
with
keep
that.
going.
Can't argue with that.
Strangely enough, a light actually emits around the can opener. It's a red light, however.
Red's bad, guys. That's the only thing I know. Step away.
Well,
Stepping away.
most LEDs are red, so
That doesn't make any sense.
What's an LED?
LED.
what? Isn't that what the little lights on his Coleco is? Or LED lights? They're made of lead. They're from Flint, Michigan.
Baby amazing.
I don't think LEDs came out for a long time.
So many things
Let me
made
give
in
you a quick rundown of Michigan.
I'll tell you
so many
something
things
about
made in
it.
Michigan.
All right, I've stepped away from the red light.
So you backed off.
I definitely backed off. Yes.
Huh.
They had my curiosity. Now they have my.
All right, I'm kind of like fearless a little bit, so I'm going to go up there and grab it, see if I can turn or wiggle or.
Fiddling around
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Well, as you're doing that, I mean, you can jostle it a little bit, but it doesn't seem like it's turning or anything like that. Eventually, you're pretty sure you hear just the soft, but it's getting louder and closer, and it seems to be coming from behind the stone of the fireplace.
Guys,
It came from.
guys, beneath.
I hear footsteps.
I'm under a table.
Coming.
Puff of smoke. I'm not going down like this. I can't have breaking in around my record.
Elijah, grab the
I
can
will
opener.
rat you all
Grab the can
out
opener
like
before
that.
going.
I'm going to try to grab the can opener and go hide somewhere.
All right, grab the can opener and running.
I think I'm probably gonna end up sort of hiding around behind the fireplace.
The side of the fireplace. All
okay.
right.
I will
Fortunately,
not.
I'm diminutive.
That's true. You're only 10.
I will not do well in prison. I am so.
I am.
Well,
So I'm going to actually run to the back where the light is. 'cause the
Okay.
light is on.
Run.
And, yeah, I'm gonna like. Just trying to tuck my shirt in, get up
Try
there.
not to trip my new
Yeah.
shirt.
go
Try
ahead
and
and give
trip-
me a
trip on the
flight
pudding
check,
can.
actually.
A
And
flight.
that's going to be a 6.
Pudding can.
6. Yikes.
That's not good.
2. Sweet. And I've already spent these on that other lucky.
Okay.
Yep.
So we don't got any additional adversity tokens. So we are going to gain one.
All
now,
right.
However, since we did fail there, and unfortunately for you, like you get about halfway across the room, you have to readjust again as your hands start sliding down.
As they do.
And as you're doing that, you hear the sound of stone grinding across stone.
I whispered, "We're
And
screwed."
light starts flooding into the room behind you.
Okay. I'm going to go Drax on this and just...
Concrete statue.
He's doing a statue thing
I've
again.
learned to be so still.
I'm just like, no.
Give me a grit check.
All right. The
Give me
human
a grit
statue.
check of 20.
Woo! Yeah. No. 3.
Take your adversity token.
That was close.
Get your
Now,
adversity
in
token.
fairness, you are still utterly still as an adult man, black suit, black tie, white shirt, short brown hair, well kept and ordered, slowly steps out of the fireplace and makes his way up to you. He kneels down in front of you, taking just a single knee, looking you directly in the face. And what do we have here?
So the stove is, or the fireplace is completely open,
Yes.
right? And
And you can see in there well enough to see that there is, for one, light emanating from within, which would be also the light that initially captured, I believe it was your eye when you were walking by. And there is, appears to be a staircase going down off to the side.
so he's like right like in my face.
Yes.
Yeah. The can of pudding is in this hand.
Well, half of it is.
True, and so it's kind of like mixed around a little bit, so it's
The rest of
loose,
it's in his
so it's
cheeks.
loose in the can, and I'm just like, I'm a scout. B word. Right in his face, the pudding, and then I turn around and start running right towards the fireplace door. Or go into the fireplace. Yeah. Come on! What?
Do you scream, run?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and give me a fight check.
All
Jeez, at the
right.
five.
And it'll be a 5.
All right. Take this. A 5.
Nice.
Come back.
Oh, +1, you get a 6.
Oh, a 6. Yeah.
Nice. So you sling the pudding, and it does actually manage to come out of the container right up into his face.
Perfectly good. Pudding.
And you turn and start running. So
Yes.
go ahead and give me a flight check. And you scream out, "Run!" to
Oh
everybody.
yeah, run!
I'm running.
Oh yeah, I've been watching. Yeah, we're on it.
Everybody is taking off. Go
That-
ahead and
that-
give me flight checks, everyone. You're shooting for a 5 because it isn't super difficult to get out of here.
Boom and
Yeah, I got 11.
yeah, 6.
I got an
All
8.
right.
11.
A 5. No, 6, sorry.
6?
6, yep.
All right. Now, the trick with yours, since we actually had an exploding, you wouldn't have been able to pull this off on your own volition, is what that means. So give me a narrative reason with your running away, how you pull this off where it isn't just your athletic ability that actually got you out of here.
Oh, okay. So as when I splat in his face, because I'm a scout, yeah. And I turn to run, and so that he doesn't like come and grab at me and everything. And I'm running away. The pudding in his face, and he like stumbles over a chair and everything. So it's not my athletic ability; it's his inability to see
to
and
you
and
properly.
chase.
Okay.
And,
I like that.
and chase.
So he's stumbling around trying to get this thick pudding out of his eyes, and you guys go quick running off. Now, where are you going to run to specifically?
I was
Wait, I thought you were saying run
Do
down
we have
the
a
stairs.
scatter situation?
I was
or
going back towards the kitchen because I know that's unlocked. Open.
You went and bolted towards the kitchen.
I thought he meant the stairs.
Yeah, because I'm
So
running.
you bolted for the
'Cause I was
fireplace
right
stairs.
next to it. It's like, run.
Okay.
Because
And I'm
There-
going
there-
right into the
there's
fireplace.
stairs?
You're also
Into
going
the
to the
fireplace.
fireplace.
From the
okay.
fireplace.
If
Yeah.
I would have seen that,
That's the direction I was running towards
Ow.
the fireplace because I
Oh, we're going into danger. Oh, okay.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
because
just following
I
my
am
brother.
fearless.
Let's do
Definitely. Always
We're
follow
not-
my brother.
Not just danger, enclosed spaces.
All right,
Close the
so
fireplace.
you are actually the first one to get through the door because you are about,
right
about
there.
halfway in the room when he starts yelling "run," and he all just has to quick twist around and head down in. So what I'm going to need from everyone else is a flight check, and it's going to be at a 5 for each of you.
Oh,
So
yes.
lucky.
One.
That's a
Yeah.
second explosion.
+1, so I got 6.
6.
I got a 3.
Do you have any adversity?
I do. I'll use it. That's a reroll.
No, so
boom,
each
boom.
adversity token you
You don't
use
have to roll it.
gives you a +1.
Oh, just a
no.
+1.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll make it a 4.
Well, I think it-
Anybody else have an adversity I could use? I need one.
Yeah, I'll throw you one.
All right. So you
So-
made it naturally, correct?
Right.
Okay. So you are actually the first one to get to the door. You immediately start sprinting. Guess you're just a little bit faster than your brother, and you were probably just positioned a little bit earlier than Chet in the room. So when you made your
Small
dive,
legs.
you got
Yeah, you did.
further out into the room than where
Right.
he ended up hiding. So you actually make it into the room next, and as you're doing so, you realize that immediately after you walked into the stairwell, it's starting to close.
Okay.
Great.
You did it via an
No,
exploding.
again, yeah.
And you're also providing an adversity token,
Mhm.
Chet, to help Chet make it through.
Right.
So let's narrate how this actually pans out.
All right, so as I'm running and coming by him as he's coming up out from underneath the table, I'm gonna like grab onto him with that assist and drag him in, and I push him in first. And as I just narrowly get in before the door closes,
Oh,
Flipping,
Hey, watch the shirt!
shut
yeah.
And then closes up
My
behind
fair
you.
shirt!
Credit. Yeah.
you got pudding, you
Love
got
it.
pudding stains all down the back of it now.
Meat print.
Now, for all of you, as you head into the staircase, obviously, with your closing there, you're
Right.
kind of having a slight delay at the top of the
Yeah.
stairs. Were the rest of you just straight booking it down, or were you stopping once you get in here?
I mean, if I wasn't the first one, I'll see what the others are doing based on that. I mean, I'm a
Well, you
sidekick.
were in the lead.
I ain't no follower.
Yep.
I mean,
I'm just going to keep going.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right,
just
you're
keep
heading
going
straight
with him.
down,
Yeah.
following after.
I am begrudgingly. What are we doing? we can add assault to the list now. Go.
Putting us all.
Additionally, we are now in an enclosed space.
Okay.
This is a very tight corridor that you are now
And-
in, so all of your rolls moving forward are now snap decisions.
Okay.
And you've got
So that
pudding,
means no.
No adversity
adversity,
tokens.
gotcha.
and you've got pudding and dust all over your
Okay.
fair shirt.
Yeah, I ruined.
So-
Just so you know.
To recap, how much this sucks. Ruined shirt. Going to prison. This. I'm freaking out. What are we doing?
Well, you know what I'm doing? I'm actually going
I'm
to
running.
grab you now that the thing's closed. I'm going to do the whole like, you know, your dad works for Dow Chemical. Do you even recognize that guy?
Yes, this looks like a chemical plant. Stupid. This we're in their neck of the woods.
We're not
This
going to
is the voice.
jail.
And in fairness, you
We're going to
you
prison.
do
We're
not
not going to
recognize
prison.
the guy at all. To be fair as well.
What's next? Quicksand? I mean, this is so
Just
stupid.
calm down. We're not going to prison. Just calm down.
And I say, just get down the stairs. And you're just gonna like
Ugh.
push him along.
Ugh.
So you guys start making your way down the stairs, and it's a very like servicey tunnel kind of a feeling. So you've got that dingy just concrete with the fluorescent lighting running down the sides
it
that's
hot in
just
here?
flickering
In the cages.
periodically and just gives that nasty little hum running all through it.
Ugh.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Once you
Gives
get
me-
down
it's
to
a
the
sense of
bottom of the
calm.
stairs, you find yourselves in a long corridor.
Okay, we're going down this and getting out.
So based on the layout of the camp and of where the lodge is and where this tunnel is leading, can we kind of gauge like where that again is leading to?
Give me a brains check.
Yes, you being a master of direction.
Yeah.
Scouts,
Like towards the city,
So
away from the city?
I'm also going to use my survival knife, which has the compass. on it.
Oh.
Okay,
that'll give
okay,
me
so that's going to
assistance.
go ahead and reduce it for you here. So we're
Sassy.
going to call that a 3 difficulty.
All right,
All right.
4.
4.
4.
All right.
So
Just
after
wanted to
taking
try
a
it
little bit
without
of a moment, you think about, all right, so we came
Just in
in, we
case.
came down here, we've run about this far, you look at the compass,
I'm mathing this out.
and you realize that this tunnel is probably running directly towards the lake.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Come on, guys, let's go.
I don't mind being
Getting outta
underground.
But I do have my swimming merit badge, so I'm fine.
I don't mind being underground. I don't really like being.
I knew we should have gone to see Jedi. This is so stupid.
Said you-
Guys, this is great. I mean, there's definitely something going on here, and I could get my name in the paper if we do something here.
We solved this.
This would be awesome.
So stupid. We're getting chased. We're gonna get arrested. His hair still looks great.
Absolutely.
It's because I didn't have to use his code.
and off we go. Yeah.
Heading on
Yeah,
down the
heading
tunnel.
on down. Yeah.
So you guys walk about. It's actually like a good 100 yards that you end up
Jesus.
walking, and it's also getting warm in here. as
Oh,
you
I was already
move
warm.
Further.
You think it would get getting cooler with the water, table cooling down that area. It should be cooler, right? I mean, that's how it works, right?
No, I don't know.
You're saying this tunnel is going into the water?
Towards the lake. Yeah.
You're talking about geothermal dynamics? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm just talking about water.
Oh, stop it! You saw a commercial with that word. You're 10 years old. Don't play games with me.
Don't play games with me.
I've read a book about it.
Oh yeah, you got a book.
I was in the library. You remember how last year the library was expanded?
Yes.
They now have the Dow Chemicals wing, and there's all these new books. And I read a book in there about geothermal dynamics.
Is that the same time you got diarrhea in the library?
I remember that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why didn't I read a book about that?
God damn it! Chet. Of course you don't want to read a book about someone getting.
Guys, let's get out of here.
So is
We're
it,
gonna
is
go
it
back to
getting
where
so
we
hot
were.
as we're going in that we're sweating?
Oh, I'm hyperventilating.
I mean, I'm already
legit.
Just type
Not,
into your
not
backpack.
like that hot yet.
Okay.
But the temperature is, rather than getting gradually cooler as you would expect, it is getting gradually warmer as you go along.
All right, so I'll step in front of my friends here in case any threats, and I, Rambo knife up,
All right.
Oh, we're
Instead of-
safe now.
and off we, continue
Come
on.
on, come on, Chet. You can do it. You can.
I'm
do it.
writing my last will on my notebook.
About another 50 yards into the tunnel. And at this point, you realize, based on how far you've walked, you should be under the lake right now.
Is there any condensation along the
There is
tunnel at all?
not.
Can we keep walking? Can we keep
Yeah.
Can we keep moving? So we get.
Do you announce that?
Now, at this point,
Yeah, I'm saying I think we're under the lake right now.
All right, I'm sitting down.
Thanks. No. Come on, man. Come on. Look, dude. Sometimes you gotta keep that stuff to yourself.
So I
Come
pull out my
on,
trapper
Chester.
keeper. I pull out my trapper keeper and I draw like the lake and where the lodge was, and then the tunnel, and yeah, we're like almost directly under the center of the lake.
Chester, man,
Yeah,
come on.
and then I draw a hot dog
I'm not.
in a bun.
It's like your finger painting with pudding over there.
Like
Stupid.
ketchup.
I don't,
It's like, hey, you guys hungry?
I'm a little bit worried about the scale on this. If this is like this is like the
Can
size
we
of a
please
swimming
leave?
Guys, are we going backwards or are we going forwards?
I
think we
think.
go
Oh, we got to go
that's a-
forward.
No.
There's an angry guy with pudding in his face behind us.
no.
Well, he doesn't have the key. You still have the thing, right?
Yeah, I've got
No,
I've
he's
got the
not
can
getting it.
opener.
I gotta side with your brother on this one. I think we should go, maybe get a reduced sentence based on good behavior.
Reduced sentence.
We're going to
No,
prison. Let's
we're
just
going
do
to
it.
going to prison.
I just think we need to get out of here. This is what we gotta do. We're gonna end up in the lake.
If we
No, we're under the lake.
we're under the lake. But I don't often say that when he's right, he's right. But in this case, he's right.
Who?
It should be colder
Captain
here.
Pudding? No.
Captain Pudding.
I like it. I like that.
That is
That's good.
That is my camp nickname.
Now I made a
good.
superhero. Great.
I do agree with
I start
Captain Pudding
drawing
here.
Captain Pudding with his cape,
Of course you embrace it.
and the clothes actually fit.
Guys, if we don't start moving, they're going to figure out a way
Fantasyland.
to get to that fireplace. We need to
keep
start
going.
moving.
How much
Because-
further is it?
It should be colder here.
So
and there should be
at this
condensation.
point,
We
now
should
you've
keep
gone
moving.
about 150 yards into this tunnel.
Okay.
And you can tell that about another 10 yards down, there is a sign, and the tunnel does continue on beyond that. Now, where this sign is, it kind of looks like there might also be an indention into the side of the tunnel, as though there might be a door or something there.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
All right.
Yeah.
If there's one blinking light, I'm gonna freak out.
So yeah, keep going. I kind of help him.
I think
up.
we're gonna
You know,
punch
get
in
off
some
the floor.
numbers.
You
Quit
make-
touching me!
Yeah, well, now you got like brown.
It looks like camouflage.
Yeah.
Pudding camouflage.
I think at the moment everybody's got splatters of pudding somewhere.
Who is putting with their hands anyway? It's the same.
Pudding.
Could be vending machines up there.
Now, who's bringing up the rear of the group?
Ooh. Somebody's got to be helping me at this point.
Oh, yeah. It's not me.
Yeah, I think I'd be in the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Too
Give
cool
me a
for
brains check. We're going to shoot for a 5.
school. Not this one. Where am I looking?
What do you need?
This one, D10.
Yep.
All right. Brains check.
Bam.
8,
That's
9.
9.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Crushing
right.
it.
So, as you're walking along, and just before you guys are getting up to the sign and the indention, you realize that you're hearing footsteps behind you.
Guys, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
If you say the walls are closing in, I swear to God.
No. Listen.
This is
There's footsteps
again,
coming up
this is
behind
not
us. We got to
Star
move.
Wars.
We have to go.
This is like Indy, and there is a boulder behind us.
It is not like in.
Let's
Look
go.
at that.
Not like
Oh, yeah.
Star
In
Wars.
fairness, you can absolutely see the man in the suit making his way
Right there.
down.
Go. Run.
Now, he's not running either. He is just walking at a
He's Agent Smithing it.
concerted
I'm
pace.
totally running.
Like the
That's
Terminator,
Friday.
yeah.
That's Jason. He's Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Right now.
There's a lake. I mean, yeah,
Yep.
this makes sense now.
Crepes. Man, I want crepes.
Oh, hamburgers.
Always with the breakfast food.
That's always food related. So yeah, I'm gonna begin to run towards wherever. If the sign is in English, you know,
It says no admittance.
sounds right.
Sounds right.
Yeah, because if it's right there, that means don't go further this way. We have to make the right turn. No admittance that way, right? So
Oh,
right.
there's 3 more years.
Hashtag.
He's just counting up his
I'm going to be 17 when I get out. That's ancient.
I'm half dead.
So you push on the no admittance door, and it does, in fact, open.
Let's go.
And it opens up into this large room. Now, within the room, there are various large vats towards the center. And it looks like older, for modern times at this point, older computer equipment. So, clear, and a lot of computer equipment as well.
That would be
They're
hot.
clearly data
Like
processing. down
the big
here.
ones with the big tape reels.
Yep.
Okay.
Now the vats themselves do appear to have some kind of a liquid substance in them. You're not exactly sure what it is. It kind of has a
Don't you say
light bluish color to
You
it.
say,
I'm so glad it's not-
you say one word. Can we bar the door? We gotta do something. Put something in front of us. Stand in front of this.
Pudding.
Yeah. Well, because it pushed open, so maybe we can lodge. Is there any chairs that we can lodge under the door?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me a. We're gonna put that under grit, actually,
Yes.
and we'll put it at a 5.
Just him or?
All of you, as you're
Okay.
kind of grabbing up different things and jarring them up to the door
I got
here
a
to get it into
6.
place.
Ooh, I got a 3.
And an 8.
Dang.
So in your situation, very simply, is just you aren't able to find anything that looks reasonable to actually use to bar the door.
Your comb doesn't always work.
I have a feeling Elijah wasn't actually looking.
Right.
That's the distinct problem.
Yeah.
They got this.
I couldn't find anything, guys.
He's like, wow.
Is now the time?
I couldn't find anything.
that blue light coming out of the vat is just really like softening my look.
Yeah.
Now, the way this ends up panning out is you manage to find a small piece of piping
Okay.
that you slide through the actual hinge
Nice.
of the door area. Now, you two then, at the about the time that he's sliding that in to try to put a block, you also toss down a filing cabinet
Cool.
from off to the side,
Those things are
down in
heavy.
front of the door.
Yeah.
That thing's
Take
damn
2
heavy.
people.
That'll work. That'll be good.
So, what are we doing in the room here now?
Those are not slushies.
Well, I thought it was
I
an energy drink or something.
stop it.
I don't know.
It's 1983. Knock it off.
But I'm going to be looking for an exit
Exit.
besides
All right.
this one.
I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna look on the
I was gonna say, I'm-
opposite wall to.
I'm scoping out the
the
vats.
door
I am
we came in.
curious.
Okay.
I am going right up to him. What the heck?
And we're-
Yeah, I'm
we're-
curious as well. Like, I want to know what's in these things. And
All right, so we got 2 folks going to the
Yeah.
vats and 2 people looking for an exit.
If I'm going to prison, I need to know why.
So, in regards to an exit, there is actually another door on the opposite side of the room,
All right.
and also on an opposite wall. So, it looks like it would end up going a slightly different direction than or parallel to the tunnel that
Okay.
you were previously in, but not be in the same tunnel, obviously.
Okay.
And that seems to be the only other entrance or exit from the room other than the one you guys bought.
Guys, we can get out this way. You want to get out this way, or should we barricade ourselves in?
The vats.
No.
Our last stand.
So the vats do seem to have some piping coming out of the top of them, you notice.
All right.
And these pipes run off along the walls and then up into the ceiling of the room,
All right.
Like, so maybe like into the lake.
potentially.
Oh, they're using the lake to cool the computers as they're gathering the data.
Finally, you're getting the geothermal dynamics.
Definitely
down.
not water in the
Understand.
canisters, though, or the vats in the center of the room.
Well, have you
It's
been to
energy
Clare,
drink.
Michigan? That's definitely not water in that lake. Either.
Gross.
You cannot drink that
Weird.
shit.
What is this stuff, man?
I don't know. Just blue?
Yep, it's a very light blue color.
There's no spigot to taste it?
Hey, Chet, what
No.
does it taste like?
I guess
Yeah, I don't think you can taste it.
This is a bad choice.
Can we tell?
Me not Chet no more.
I blame you all.
Is there any like
Chemical
computer
sewage.
terminal around that would maybe we could check? Or
Yes, there are a couple computer terminals.
maybe we should check and maybe if we can just see what these things are.
Yeah, we got time. We'll know when he's breaking through.
Yeah, we'll know what we're dealing with. We'll know what we're dealing with at least.
All right, so you eventually break off from the vats and head
Yeah.
over to one of the computer terminals.
Good luck.
I'm standing at the door, but as I'm standing there to see if anything comes from that direction.
What is out the door, do you know?
Another tunnel. Just another tunnel leading out.
Starting to reconsider the barricading.
But I'm curious because obviously I am superstitious. Are they creating monsters in the tubes? Because every science fiction movie has monsters in the tubes. Or
You're
is there any
a mystery,
Dow
too.
Chemical symbolage on like stickers on any of this stuff? Anything that says Dow Industries or Dow Chemical? Or
Bad
anything?
guy was here.
Bad guy was here. No, you do not see anything that immediately states that Dow or anything like that.
I told you it wasn't Dow.
You do notice a couple of various insignias on some of the pieces of equipment, like clearly the manufacturer
Like
insignia.
HP
and
or
things like-
IBM?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Keep it to yourself.
I am also evil.
It's in the name.
Yeah. Writing all this down.
Yeah, I want to see if I can like
You need
tell
trapper keeper?
anything about this computer, like as far as if it's inventory or if it's if it says anything that I could.
This is
see.
probably
Go
a
ahead and give
legal
me a brains
storehouse.
check here. We'll put it at
Is the right one? Yeah.
This looks like a government operation, guys. It's probably
You're not one of the
completely on
wealthy
up and up.
kids, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so
Yeah, 'cause I wouldn't
your
have-
access to computers is very limited. So we're going to put this at an 8 for you.
And an 8. All right, I'm rolling a D10. Oh, a 1. A 1.
Those are good.
In the computer.
No clue.
So
what's
you,
going on.
you start fiddling around
Blue
on the
screen.
computer and trying to put in various commands into the prompt, and none of the commands that you seem to type in manage to spit anything out. It's just unrecognized command, unrecognized syntax.
Okay, can I? Are you saying anything while you're doing
Like, I don't know what this thing is, guys. Like, what?
This fancy typewriter don't
You're,
work.
you're the computer guy.
this? Okay. I'll come
And there
over
are
and,
additional stations as well, so
Okay.
you don't necessarily even
Okay.
have to use the same station as him.
All right, so we have time.
Okay, well, I'll go to the closest one.
I'll
to
do
the-
the
You
same.
got at least
Yeah.
a little bit of time, because again, the guy was coming, but he was just walking.
I don't like that at all.
And
but
it was
yeah.
a good 150-yard
That's
tunnel
really
that you were
arrogant.
down.
It's creepy.
Let's computer it up. Let's do it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to go to the terminal closest to me.
All right,
and,
go ahead and give me
tap
a
around.
brains check there. You actually do utilize computers on a more regular basis, so it's only going to be a 4 for you.
Do you want me to do it as well?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
A 12.
I got one of the skull things.
So that is a 20, which means you can. Now, normally that would explode, but since you've already succeeded
Yeah,
the
that's
task,
unnecessary.
absolutely
Okay, cool.
unnecessary to roll. Basically, both of you two start working through the 2 terminals that you're on. Yours, you quickly realize, is some kind of an employee manifest.
Okay.
There's various employee names and maybe like a directory service that you're kind of moving through.
Okay.
The one that you are digging through is providing you a bunch of information you don't quite understand. It's referring to
Makes sense.
various projects and experiment number 1, experiment number 2.
Hey, I got a bunch of names over here. Do you
Cool.
What do you got?
Words. Is there a way to print it?
You,
Uh,
Is there a dot matrix printer somewhere?
do you want to switch?
no,
All right.
there is not.
Do you want to switch and look at these names and see if you recognize
Yeah,
them?
because that sounds super exciting. Let's do it.
Okay. We switch over.
All right.
Hey,
Computer
Anderson.
swap.
Hey.
You know what? I would have gone straight to the M's for McNutty.
I
See
know
if
my
there was a
father
McNutty.
does.
Yeah, your father does
He's
shit
an engineer.
under the lake. You know that?
A lake engineer? No, this is not. This is not them. This is the government, and that means we're gonna get even more years in prison.
Nobody
through the names.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the. what
All
he's-
right, so the information that you're seeing there, let's find out if you can actually interpret it. You're going to give me a brains check, and it's going to be at a 12.
It's at 18 for a second there. It's 2.
That's not,
two.
it's
Do
not
you
the
have
same.
any adversity you could do to?
We need
what,
25
you know,
adversity.
This is the first time I've rolled like less than a 5. So.
Oh boy.
That does get you an adversity
Oh,
token.
I've already got.
Yeah, that gives you one. You
Yeah.
get an adversity now.
No.
But
Congratulations.
unfortunately, the information is very well beyond you. You know that there is some kind of general experiment going on
Okay.
here. This is
Probably
some kind
in
of scientific
geothermodynamics?
endeavor of some kind,
Okay.
but you aren't sure the purpose of it, or and even some of the things that they're referencing, like as you go through some of these experiment files, like it just. You understand the words, but the way that this is being composed does not seem to make any sense to you.
Okay. Yeah.
The names.
Yeah, I'm looking for any names that stick out, like lead, like anybody that's like in charge of the entire operation, stuff of that nature, or anything that looks familiar.
So as far as you can tell at the main directory, it's just going
There's
through
no
a list
titles,
of
it's
names.
just names. Gotcha.
Yeah, so, and it is alphabetical, is the way that the list is organized from A down to Z.
All right. Let's look up my father, because that's the only person I know that works here.
Not in the list.
All right.
Wait, you just admitted that?
This
Your father works-
that means that this list is not.
His father works
Yes.
for Dow.
Yep. So there you go. Yep. So there you go. It proves it. This is government. We're screwed. I say we let them in. Let's take our
No.
lumps. Let's just
Let's
take
go.
our
Let's
lumps.
go.
And at
I'm
this
g-
point,
I'm not going back in that tunnel. I'm going to let them in.
you do hear
No.
the latch of the door
stained polo.
click,
Yeah. We're coming.
but then
No, we are dragging.
Are you grabbing me?
Yeah.
No, come on. Listen, guys.
Isaac,
I'm
grab him,
serious.
let's
I'm
go.
I'm not going to the tunnel. Let's just take our licks. A little bit of prison. It adds character right here.
We're not going to prison.
No.
Let's run.
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 Elijah can't go to prison. He's too pretty for prison.
You know what they
I
do?
heard that in a movie.
Kids like me in prison.
I heard that in a movie.
All right, I'll run back into the tunnel.
all right, so you guys quick head into the tunnel.
Yeah.
So this next tunnel that you actually head into goes down for about 20 yards. It veers then off to the right, and based on your thought process of the mapping, you think that at this point you now are actually moving out away from the lake.
We're getting out from under the lake. This is good. This is a good thing.
Hooray.
Are we heading?
So as I'm drawing,
We don't have time for pudding drawings. Just
So
go.
you are continuing to try to
map a little bit of
sketch it as
yeah.
best you can
Yeah.
to whatever
like,
scale you can.
So it's all, walking.
God, you can barely
Very
walk.
messy map. All right.
it's a.
I'll be
Now,
able to
eventually, you do end
It
up
is my
coming up
tavern.
to another staircase in
Oh,
this
okay.
hall, and it comes up to another entrance. You pop it open, and you are actually in one of the storage sheds out behind the archery area.
Are
That's
there any?
weird.
Ah, ground, earth.
I look around like I've never been in this shed before. Weird.
Just because it's not a pudding shed. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, yeah.
So, what is the plan?
What's in there? It's
This is clearly just being held as a storage shed. So much like the rest of the upstairs facade of this place, the buildings are for what they are intended upstairs.
okay. So
they're
they're
just
the bows,
clearly
unstrung
yeah.
bows, the quivers of
A
arrows.
couple
that
of
kind of
stored targets.
thing. Right. Okay. So
We need to go tell the sheriff.
I'm just glad you're not grabbing a bow.
I'm gonna
Oh
grab.
no, I actually haven't got that merit badge
The
yet.
adults
I know.
never listen to us. No matter we tell them stuff all the time, they never take us seriously. Why would we go back to the
Because
sheriff?
we saw and I have a map.
telling you,
mad.
we
Okay.
tell them about the can opening secret door. They're gonna believe us.
Right.
we
Right.
tell them that, it'll all make
It
sense.
all
I think we can all. What's the word? Elaborate
Yeah.
our story.
I think we could go back and
He's saying
I could get a bunch of my
collaborate
friends together
beforehand.
and we could all go back
Was
and
it?
storm this
Is that what you
place,
want?
find out
Is that
what's
what you're
going
looking
on.
Yeah, we should go tell the sheriff.
No, I'm not going to tell the sheriff. I'm going to get a bunch of my buddies together. We're going to all like bum rush this place and figure out what's going on.
Kyle's gonna get the
I get
football
like 20,
team.
30 of us.
He's
You're gonna get the football team.
He's gonna get the football team. Oh boy, we're gonna throw him in a locker. It's not gonna work, moron. That's government official.
Don't be jealous because I've got friends. Okay,
Ugh.
I've got a lot of people that care for me.
I think we should go back to the fair.
That's the smartest thing you've said all night.
Well, we're just going to forget all this.
We should've never-
No, we should go
left
back to
the
the
fair.
fair because that's where the sheriff's at.
The sheriffs.
He's the master of ceremonies for the fair this year.
Oh, he's not the dunk tank like last year.
No, that he got some sort of rash.
Look, I'll go to the sheriff
From the
with you,
lake
but
water, I'm telling
From
you.
I'm
the
going to be
lake water.
laughing at you when he laughs at you too.
That's okay. You laugh at me all the time.
I do.
All right.
Sibling.
So we
Okay.
are heading back to the fair then.
Let's go back to the fair.
All right, so I did want to check with you guys because I know the stream was scheduled up till 7 initially, and it looks like we are hitting that.
Yeah, we're right there. Yeah.
What I would want to kind of throw out to you, since there is plenty more where this story can go, would you guys be interested in potentially another follow-up stream sometime?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
We got to figure this out.
Yes. We got to get to the bottom of this.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I
Rather
think
than
that
the
we will
bottom
go
of the
ahead
lake.
and
Yeah.
we'll
We don't wanna
put a
make things
hold
that.
here for now
Okay.
as you guys are heading back to the fair after an evening of interesting adventures, and we will pick this up some other time.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Thank you very
awesome.
That was a
Thank you.
blast.
Yeah.
And for everybody watching, make sure that you check out Game Trade Media, Hunters Entertainment, Renegade Game Studios, and that's where you're going to find all the good stuff on Kids on Bikes and all the other
And-
amazing RPGs.
and pudding.
Indeed.
And
and
and if you want to learn all you need to know about pudding or maple syrup,
go to your blog.
go to my,
My
blog.
Blogs.com.
Putting in maple syrup by Rick.
Watch any live stream with Rick on it.
Love it.
Very cool.
Thanks for joining us.